Brother, are you a Pan-African by chance?
Um, I don't think so.
You
Oh,
But
a damn Pan-African, bro. It ain't.
yeah,
It's a yes or no question, fam.
I would
I ain't even
say
trying to diss. I'm just,
I would say I probably am. Yes.
that's where it comes from, man. That's where
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I
We
mean,
here to
that's what
link.
I hear Dr. Umar using that term a lot. I hear that when they talk about Marcus Garvey and all that. Like I'm not the one thing about me is I'm not the best, and I need to get more into it. I'm not the best historian when it comes to like Black history.
Might have to drop a dime on them.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotta stop it.
I don't like that shit.
For sure, bro.
I don't like that shit.
I can hear you, bro. It's good.
Yeah, my issue with Trump's my issue with Trump signing that thing, he's only doing that to the people of color. He ain't doing that to them South Africans and them other whites that's coming here. So I got an issue with that. If he was doing it across the board, I wouldn't have such a problem. But on when you're going on according to these other groups, that's who ICE is coming after, at least in my town. Only people of color. He even ran up on some people, American borns that got roughed up by ICE. They were Black people and Latin people that were American born, even FBAs, and he not doing that to the white ones. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Okay, he ain't doing. What do you mean? So you saying for birthright citizenship, what he
Yeah,
signed?
they're
Tell
running up. They doing it mostly in the Black. They're not doing it to the Caucasians. They got a lot of illegals from like Ireland and all these other places, and they not ICE ain't running up on them. They running up on mostly the Black ones. They're not running up on the Germans. They're not running up on the other people the same way. They're not having that same energy.
so I don't. Oh, so you saying with the Haitians? Is that what you talking about?
No, I'm not saying with the hate. I'm saying they. It's a form of systemic racism, in my opinion, because they not ICE is not going through white communities that got illegal immigrants the same energy that they doing with the Black and the Latinos. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Okay, so you saying white people ain't getting
No, they're not coming at them with the same energy as they coming at the Haitians or anything dark. Like I could be walking up the street and I could be mistaken for a Haitian, because I'm, anybody Black, because some of us look the same, and they could rough you up thinking that you not American or you got to prove it or asking you for your information or whatever. You can get roughed up. They slam somebody
Okay,
on
let
their
me ask
head.
you a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Who does when immigration happens, who does it
Hmm.
benefit? Who does it benefit?
Immigration.
Yeah.
Um, I think it benefits like the big companies because they got these people working for lower wages. Like there's a lot of jobs that
Okay,
these people.
okay.
Go
I
ahead.
did you answer that. You said you believe is big companies. Do you believe it's
Yes.
big YT companies? Do you believe it's
Yes.
big white companies? Okay.
Yes.
So basically what you saying is you saying that with immigration it benefits these big white companies, but they're not kicking out white people, but
Correct.
it's still benefiting them. So what,
Yes.
as a black American, what
Hmm.
would you want me, how you think I feel about it? If it's benefiting them anyway and it's benefiting big companies, won't you think we want it out no matter what it is? It's not like it's benefiting us. When these people come to this country, is it benefiting black Americans?
No, overall no, but in a small way it is because they're doing like a lot of the jobs they doing. For example, like home attendant. I don't know what state you live in, but the state I live in, 90 something percent of the people that's doing like the home attendants are immigrants. mostly black, Jamaicans, Haitians. If those jobs are not covered by them, you might not have a home attendant. In my state, I don't know about where you live at, but that's how it is in my state. I haven't seen a white, a black American, or any kind of American doing those kind of jobs. So that's what their jobs they're filling in my state. Like right next door to me, I got my neighbor is 98 years old, and she got some kind of African or Muslim woman that's doing that job. Somebody like American born 9 times out of 10 is not going to do those jobs. So if they deport all of them, who's going to do those jobs?
If they pay what they supposed to, Black Americans will do their job.
But that's not the question. The question is the way it is now. If they got this is the question. The way it is now, if they sent all of them back, who's going to be the home? I got a 93-year-old relative.
She got to do the work. They will have to pay us on wages, sir. Immigrants get to get. A lot of people like to pay immigrants under the table, sir. If they pay them under the table.
Let me finish my point. I agree with you. If they raise the wages, that's true. But I'm saying the way it is now, I got a relative. She's 93. She lives in a building I grew up with. She's my father's last living cousin. She's 93 years old, and everybody that takes care of her is not born here. And she's been for about 10 years. She's been in that situation, and everybody that comes is some kind of Caribbean, African, or some kind of foreigner or Hispanic. There's no Americans that's doing those jobs. So if they get rid of them, who's going to do those jobs at these wages? I'm all ears.
They would have to. That's exactly why they need to leave, because it's time for the board to change. It's like this because illegals are here. It's like they got people saying black folks don't want to build houses and stuff no more. Black folks do want to build houses, but if they can give it to another race for $25,000 cheaper, I mean, this is capitalism, so people gonna go up what's cheaper. But if that option wasn't on the table no more, and you couldn't get nobody paying under the table, and you have to pay American wages for us to thrive, then we would be doing those jobs for what we supposed to get them for. I don't really see. To me, it sounds like you fighting for it. To me, in a way, you fight. See, not you personally, but when we had these conversations, in a way, it sounds like people are. In a way, it's like you. In a way, you supporting slavery. In a way, because they basically getting slave wages to come over here and do it. And since they can take that slave money, American money, and then it's actually worth something in their country, then to them it's still a win. That's why they come over here with that we work hard shit. Y'all work hard for less money. We ain't gonna do it, not because we won't do it, it's because you ain't paying us shit. And the reason why you don't have to pay us, hold on, wait a minute. The reason why you don't have to pay us shit is because you can pay them less. They are our competition. They are our competition, and we can't compete with that because we don't get as much government assistance. We don't get as much government assistance as they do, and we don't get the grants and the loans and the scholarships as much as they do either. So when they come over here and they getting a lot of the money off the government, and then at the same time they stopping our construction workers from getting their money because the black people who are certified, then people, we certified. We got paperwork. We certified. Them people don't even be certified, and they be getting money. And they who building it, because hey, I'm saving a whole lot of millions of dollars a year by paying these illegal immigrants. So it's a lose. It's a lose for us with illegal immigrants. It's better if they are gone, and we can get those jobs for the wages that we are demanding, that we deserve. And I land right there.
No, I agree with that, but that's always been an issue, at least in my lifetime. Well, my father told me when he came here in the 50s and the 60s, it was the same thing, but they had the illegals back then was like some of the Irish and the Italians. So that's always been an issue, and as long as the greedy big companies are profiting from it, they never going to fix that. That's an issue that's always going to be an issue because the people that come here with nothing going to take anything just to have a job. So that's something that needs to be. I agree with you. That's something that needs to be fixed, but it just seems like they just pass it on. It was the Irish and the Italians in the 50s, 60s, and the 70s. Now it's the Latinos and the Africans and the Mexicans or whatever it is. So that's the problem. I agree with you on that. But my thing is them picking on the particular people of color communities. That's my issue because they're not doing that to the white communities. They're not doing that to the South Africans. They're not doing that to the Irish. They're not doing that to the Albanians. That's an issue too. But they're not doing that to them the same way.
We gotta take it one step at a time. At least they getting them out of here. We can start there. Because at the end of the day,
Right.
our goal is to get their ass too. We're at the end
No,
of the
but he
day,
should
we
do it
trying to
across
get
the board. Then he should do it.
It's not. It's not like. See, a lot of these are not on our side anyway. They anti-black and they fuck about our movement. They disrespectful to our lineage and everything. So there's no need to try to save them people. They do not give a fuck about you at all. They don't care about your. Just say you American Indian and watch how they smirk and laugh and giggle and all that shit to you. Just say you American Indian. Just say you foundational Black American and see how them folks treat you, bro. This shit over with. I don't give a fuck. Just to be clear, to be honest, as individuals, people are cool, but we talking about what's best for the community. If we really gonna speak about what's best for the community, hell, illegal immigration show the fuck ain't. They making our property taxes go up, man. You understand?
No, I'm not
They're making our
disagreeing with that
property.
point. I agree with your point, but my point is that I think they got to do it across the board, or it's not going to be fixed. It's like it's like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound.
It's not that I agree with this. It's not that I agree with this, but you know this America, bro. You know how they gonna play. And like I said, this is why I don't care, because we done had the CIA, the FBI, the CDC, goddamn it, the department, everybody been on our ass. When black folks fuck up, every ass. You know what them racists say? They say that they did the crime, they gotta do the time. They say, nah, they're not just picking on you because you black. You had to have been doing something. That's how they live their life. So you know what? Who gives a fuck if they actually gotta see how we feel for a quick second before they get the fuck out of our country? Yeah, I don't care about damn. They didn't give a damn in mass either. You get a few of them that care. They'll be like, yeah, that's fucked up. But they parents, when they go home, their parents don't give a fuck. I'm a 90s baby. All my peers, if they wasn't racist, they had to argue with their racist parents or their racist uncle or grandparent or some shit like that. I promise you, bro. Most of the time, that's how we was getting up.
But check, Barack Odrama, what you kind of contradicting yourself, because you saying that you not for the immigrants, right?
No,
like
I'm not
you
saying
for the immigrants.
No, I didn't say that.
No, listen.
I did not say that.
You saying you're not for them being deported if they're not deporting white people, but you admitted in saying that immigration benefits the higher ups. So are you going against the higher ups or not, or are you with them? It's kind of like, are you confused?
I'm against it. My point is saying, all I'm saying is you got to do it across the board. You can't just do it one way, because I'm telling you, they're not doing it. They're not going after the Caucasian community with the same energy. That's what I'm telling you. They invited the South Africans here. Trump did that. Why are they invited here and the other people ain't? It's because of their skin color. That's my point. It's another form of systemic racism.
So you feel like, as Black Americans, we support immigrants here? We don't want no immigrants here.
I didn't say that. You take it that way, but I didn't say that. I said if you're gonna enforce policy, then it got to go across the board. It can't just go one way. That's my issue. Because like I said, that when ICE runs up on you, they don't know who's American and who's not. I saw in my own city. Let me finish. I heard
about no Americans. I have heard no Americans getting picked up and they thought that they was Black Americans and they thought it was Haitian or Jamaican and they got flu. I never heard that. Have you heard of one?
Yeah. Well, that just because you never heard of something don't mean it didn't happen. It has happened. They running up on.
And that's the same thing for you.
If you live in a foreigner area or to a white person or to a non-black, we all look the same to them. Hey, Brock, can I ask you a question? Go ahead.
Have you looked up the numbers to see how many of the Caucasian immigrants have been deported?
Not specifically. Because that's not really my area, and I just tapped in because
it gotta be. If you want to sit here and talk about him deporting just the black ones, you gotta look and see about the white ones.
That's what he's. Okay, well, I got my. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm saying it like this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't know, but I don't know. I have not done the research either. But I feel like if you gonna say that, then back that shit up. I mean, we know the American racists is fucking. They be doing racist ass shit. But I'm just saying, support
But
your
you
claim
didn't
and
know
back that
Trump
shit up.
invited the South. You didn't know that Trump invited the South Africans here. You didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I
Well,
don't
that's
really
what I'm
give a damn.
talking about. So there's my
But
proof.
you
I
know
just
what?
backed
You
it
know
up.
what I'm talking about? What I'm gonna be honest with you. Not that I give a fuck about them, because I want them gone too. But you know something? White immigrants ain't the ones who telling me that I'm not a Indian or that I'm a Kata or some shit
Oh,
like
I
that.
don't care what they.
White
I
immigrants
don't.
don't give a fuck about me, and I don't give a fuck about them, and I like that shit. I wish the
But I don't.
other
But I
black
don't care what
immigrants
somebody else.
would
I
keep
don't care what
keeping our
somebody else
business.
calls me. I've
No,
been.
but
First of all, I've been.
do you understand the point that I'm saying? Even
Yes.
white immigrants, if when we say our white immigrants don't give a fuck, white immigrants ain't on the internet talking to
Yes,
black
they are. Yes,
Caribbeans
they
and these
do.
Africans that's doing this.
No, yes, they
So we
do.
don't give a
That's
fuck
not.
about them. No, what I'm telling
No,
you
I
is
understand that, but
that
they do it
they
too.
found the black
Everybody does it.
Americans. But what I'm saying is we don't give a fuck about whiting them right now. We worrying about ourselves and we trying to clean up our own backyard. That's all we worried about. They gonna
I agree
continue
with
to
that.
do white folks shit. Yeah, they gonna continue to do Caucasian shit. We don't care. We trying to make sure that we doing our foundational black shit. That's all we care about, bro.
I understand
Right.
that. I don't disagree with that, but that's a little bit beside my point. I'm not saying I disagree with you, but I'm saying that my issue with Trump and his racist ways is he's not doing it with the same energy with other communities. If he was, I would have less of a problem with it. I got a big problem with the way he's doing it.
Well, you
That's
just
what I'm
gonna have
saying.
that problem, bro. You just gonna have a problem.
So, right, because when he did it for the Syrians, right, why we don't hear them talking all crazy when they got the TPS? They got the same TPS as the Haitians, right? They not getting
Yeah, that's what I
on
heard.
starting no saying nothing, but they're just leaving and they why aren't we hearing that from them?
I don't know. I don't know. I never really thought about that. I mean, I gotta look into that. I don't know. Or maybe they saying it and I didn't hear. Just because I'm not hearing something, don't mean it's not said. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's how I look at it. If something could be said and I don't know that it's said. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't follow everything, but I chimed in. I was actually on another live and they had me in the back room. She didn't carry me up, so I said I'm gonna stop supporting her because I support black media across the board. Even if I don't agree with you, I'll still give you a like. Even I
But do
can
you
post.
hear what I'm coming from? You
Oh yeah,
just
yeah, I
admitted
respect. Oh
on
yeah,
this stream, you just
oh yeah,
admitted on this stream that
yeah,
immigration helps
yes,
them people. But you
yes.
trying to say that them people need to deport their own people when I'm just showing you that it benefits them anyway. So what you
Right.
making, what you're talking about, it's a mute point. It's like it's benefiting them. And you saying that, so it don't matter to us, it's still one big system. It's them
Agreed.
and it's us. Okay? So it's not like y'all like all the immigrants are a part of that. They're not a part of the fight. We have more white people, bro, fighting for in America than anybody else that we seen. Do you get what I'm saying? It's white people that died for, trying to stand next to black people and fought in this country. We ain't see
Okay.
no immigrants don't take our plight like that. Do you get what I'm
Mm,
saying?
it's been done. That's not 100% true. Because I heard they had Dominicans and foreign people in World War II, but I'm not an expert on it. But like those wars, they had some immigrants that were there that were first generation black that couldn't because they was black back then that couldn't ride the front of the bus and all that too. They have some of us historically too. I got a friend
No,
that's a let me finish. I
no.
got a friend that's no. I got a friend that's a historian.
He must have been in the north then, because I'm gonna tell you like this: if you was an immigrant and you was in the south, no matter how black your ass was, you got to go where white people got to go. If you was an
Agreed.
immigrant, you was not considered a Negro. So they didn't go
Agreed.
through so no, sir. So that's not accurate. That's not accurate because, like I said, even Muhammad Ali stated after when he won his world championship, he came home and wanted to go eat at a diner, and they wouldn't let my boy in, and he was the world champion. And he looked in, he said, "There's other Negroes in there," and they said, "No,
Well,
those are immigrants, sir. You
you
are
know
a
what Tether
Negro."
went through that. You know what? You want to know? Colin Powell went through that. He's a Vietnam vet. He's a Jamaican immigrant. What are you talking about? Colin Powell is Jamaican.
The majority of immigrants, if they
no.
lived in,
You gave me an example, and I just gave you one.
I did. It's still a mute point because it's not the totality.
How's it a mute point if they both went through the same thing?
Because the majority of immigrants did not go through Jim Crow. That's what I'm telling you. That's the truth.
Oh, no,
We're
not
saying.
I'm not saying that.
In the South,
let me ask you a question.
Hold on, wait. In the South, you might have went through Jim Crow, but technically they was breaking laws because the immigrants are not under the statute as the Negroes. They were not. So that's why I'm saying, fam. That's what you're not getting at.
I do get it. I don't agree, and I'm going to elaborate off that.
We done fighting for immigration, bro. You just got to get it through your head.
No. I didn't say
you don't really give a fuck. We looking at this shit on how can this shit benefit us, and we looking at through pros and cons. And when I'm looking at, we got more pros of their ass being gone than them being here. Cause it's not like they helping us clean up or nothing. They not helping us clean up. They throwing they litter right on our ground, and they saying you Black Americans are lazy, and all this old shit. So no, bro, shit over with.
I don't disagree with that, but that you going off subject because. When you said, because you use the same, we're talking the same era. When you said Muhammad Ali, which is a great example, but Colin Powell was the first generation Jamaican, and he went through the same thing, and that would be he would be considered what's that word they use, a tether, and he went through the same thing. So they said it. So Reggie Jackson,
the word they use, bro. What's your lineage? What's your lineage, fam? Where you from?
I'm like FBA. I'm like. My family go back here probably since slavery. As far as I
why your talking points is off? It's like you're not with us. It seems like you're from another lineage.
I don't know.
You're a Democrat.
No, you know what it is? No, I'm an independent. I don't like. My nephew said to me one day, Uncle Sean, speak Japanese, but that's my real name. And I said, I can't speak Japanese, and he said because it's not in you. So when you have these words inside you, like somebody told me, I called him a tether, and he said it was offensive. So I don't want to have that kind of energy in there.
Brother, are you a Pan-African by chance?
I don't think so.
You know a damn Pan-African, bro. It's a yes or no question, fam.
I ain't even trying to diss. I'm just,
I would say I probably am. Yes.
That's where it comes from, man. That's where that's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I hear Dr. Umar using that term a lot. I hear that when they talk about Marcus Garvey and all that. Like I'm not the one thing about me is I'm not the best, and I need to get more into it. I'm not the best historian when it comes to like Black history, which I should know more.
Let me check.
African American, whatever you want to call it. I'm not good at that. So I discuss.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Have you ever worked a job, bro? Have you ever worked a job and you had to train the next motherfucker who was there to take your job from you?
No, that
you didn't know that was. So well, you know it happens, right? You didn't know it, but you was training your replacement. All that shit that you talking about right now, you is trying to replace us, nigga. You don't get it, fam. They are using them to replace us. The Democratic Party is using immigrants to replace us. Yes, so you need to stop this shit because you hurting us by doing this shit, man. You hurting us.
Hurting what? By doing what?
You hurting the lineage by kind of giving a pass to the forms.
No, I'm not giving. I just feel that if you're gonna do that, you got to do it across the board. That's all I'm saying.
You giving them our culture, bro. You giving them too fucking much, man.
You talking about the tethers?
Hell yeah. Yeah, you gotta have some respect for self. You gotta have some respect for self. It's boundaries with this shit. We trying to identify self-love and try to identify who we is, and we doing that, and everybody hate that shit. If you want us, bro, then you gotta cut this shit out. It's not that we hate nobody, because we don't. We just focused on our own backyard. That's all this is, fam.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with you having the heart for them folks and all this and that, but bro, at the end of the day, they don't give a fuck about you, my nigga. But I do. I give a fuck about all my FBAs, whether you on our side or you call yourself African American. I'm passionate about our people. I
You
love
just,
y'all
yeah,
niggas.
he just off code. You off code,
Yeah.
Barack Odrama. We done told you about that. And it's that Pan-African mindset that you got, that you off code because you not worrying about us first. We coming off to you as you can't agree with. You should be able to agree with everything that we saying because we're about us first. Anything that you don't agree with, it don't stand on no legs. That's what we trying to tell you.
No, I understand that, but only thing I'm saying is like they I don't disagree with that statement, but my main issue is like I said, you need to get rid of the other immigrants too.
I get that shit. I don't even disagree with that. The problem is, like they saying, it's just we have to focus on our business first and disregard other people's shit because they don't really matter to us right now at this time. That's what they saying.
Oh no, I understand that.
Right.
Don't necessarily 100% agree with it, but I understand it.
I know.
Imagine for a decade strong that we stayed on this type of shit. Just imagine that. You know how much resources and shit we have been obtained. You know how much money and wealth our neighborhoods will get. We'll be riding around this bitch like the Harlem Renaissance again. Listen, bro, we can do this shit and we gon' do this shit. These motherfuckers ain't gonna help you until you at the finish line anyway. That's how they always been. They don't come until the project is already done. Then they try to act like they did it all from the beginning.
Right.
We putting a stop to that. And we putting us first. I know we got souls and shit, but still, nigga, it's time to use that soul for yourself and quit. Give it to us. We need it. We need help, man.
We got a lot of coons, man. That's another thing, and I don't put myself in that category. But you got a lot of blackface crackers. You know, like Officer Tatum, and if you know who I'm talking about. And,
right.
Yeah, like people like that, like try to justify, like, you know, what they're doing. You know, I don't agree with him.
You see, if you notice something though with Tatum agrees with that Pan-African narrative. See, that's the thing. They trick us with this left-right thing. They all agree. All of them agree that we're African. We need to all be the same as all black people, flat blackness. They all agree with that. So let's not get lost on that point. You know what I'm saying? Like Tatum is a COON, right? But in the same breath, man, there's a lot of other people on this type of time, bro. And you think they're FBA, like Byron Donalds. Then come to find out they not. So
well, he's not an FBA. I know. Yeah, that's the guy in Florida.
Right. So I hear what you're saying, but we just got to be aware. Like there's a lot of technology stuff going on out here, dog, and we just have to be on our 10 as much as possible, on code as much as possible. So if we got people that kind of have a soft heart, I'm not trying to dog you out and get mad at you, none of that shit. Like, I get that, I feel that, but this ain't the time for that right now. Because these people want to literally genocide us, bro. No cap. These other foreigners, they want to genocide us, dog. They want to erase us. They came here on these platforms and said just that. Hey, we want to replace y'all. You guys ain't hitting on shit. Fuck y'all. We want to do this, this, and that. It's like, oh, word, bet. So we got to keep ourselves at the top, bro. That's all I'm saying, man.
Right. And you can't call yourself a FBA, bro, and a Pan-Africanist at the same time. That don't make sense.
True.
That's like saying, I want to put my resources, I want to help Africa. I want to go build schools in Africa. This is what Pan-Africans do. Pan-Africans try to go build up Africa. And that's why he's saying with this narrative, African-American, and they trying to spin this we from Africa theory, that's off point for you. You're not on code if you have that rhetoric and you believe that rhetoric, but you telling people you FBA. It's like it's contradicting itself.
No, I never looked at it that way. Because like I said, I never looked at it that way.
You good?
But my point is, well, that's what I said. You have, like, one thing I can say about you, you don't badger people when you disagree with them. You have like a very mild-mannered way of disagreeing. That's why you're one of the best. You're one of the best people to have a discussion with, even when you disagree, because you don't become belligerent. I had people call me out my name because they don't agree with something I said or something I stand for, or because politically I don't agree with them. But with you, I could always cam up and say, man, I could talk to this guy about anything. and I don't have to worry about him screaming at me. You have a mild, like we basically, we're more alike than different as far as the way we agree and disagree. Because your panel is one of the best. I tell anybody probably to have a discussion with when you disagree, because you
Right.
say what you got to say. I never heard you. I watch you sometime when I don't even cam up, but I never heard you call nobody mother out their name or talk about nobody kids or anything,
Right.
even when you disagree. So that's what I like about even the other two people, SG and TR. I'm like, damn, I've been on here for a half hour. Nobody called me out my name. You know what I mean? These other panels, as soon as I say something that they disagree with, they call me out my name. They cursing out my mother. And I try not to have that kind of energy because, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, if somebody feels a certain way about something, you know, to me, you have to respect their point of view, but you don't have to agree with them. Because like you said, now, it's true. You can't be Pan-African and FBA because it's like two different things. I never really looked at it that way. But it's kind of true. Now that you said it, I kind of agree with you that that you can't be both. But like you said, they taking the resources and going back to Africa, like Akon. You know,
Right.
yeah, Akon was one of the ones that, well, one of the first ones I seen doing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, before the 2020s, I never heard of an FBA. I didn't even know what it was. I'm learning it by listening to guys like y'all.
Right. I mean, African American came out in 1988. So
With Jesse Jackson.
we've been reclassified with, with Jesse Jackson, but that was from higher ups. They wanted to name us that. They threw that in there. This is the first time FBA is been released. So that's the big difference. You get what I'm saying? We're supporting us,
definitely.
So it ain't about, it's named as Black American. It's somebody that came up with us, and we're gonna rock with that rather than what a Peckerwood want to call it.
Yeah, well, every generation, I mean, it was Negro, it was colored. You know, we need the FBA, I think, should stick and just leave it like that. The only thing is, what are we going
A community must have three things to have a community in it. You must have a wholly independent economic structure that can provide goods, service, products, and things for your own people, and jobs and tax bases for your own people. You should at least control four basic things. You should be trying to control water, food, medicine, and energy to be able to survive and compete.
Here we got Mr. Pollock. He had a cornfield. He took advantage of a free water test from us, and this is what we found in this water. We found sulfur, we found hardness, and we solved these problems with an easy fix of 2 tanks. So get your free water test today. Stay blessed. Click the link below.